Hello, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Jonah from Spotlight, and we are talking to Konstantinos today. How you doing, man?
Hello, buddy. I'm great. I'm great. Like glad to see you again. I love the chat the previous time. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a blast.
Yeah. And I want to call that out quick. If you're watching this and have a good time today, feel free to head over to our YouTube, the Spotlight YouTube, and look up Konstantinos. We did an event as part of Discover Fest. It was a total blast. A lot of great information there. So if you don't get enough today, go check that out. And please, you're already doing this, but hop in the comments and let us know where you're tuning in from, something you're excited to learn, maybe how you heard about Konstantinos and Simply Digital, or how you heard about Spotlight. We love hearing all that. I just want to call out a couple people. Everyone's tuning in. The Claymans are coming from Belgium. We got some folks from Houston tuning in from Georgia, from Canada. Thank you all so much for being here. It is gonna be a blast. And just a couple
Milan.
what was that? From
Yeah.
Milan
So
as
about
well.
Milan, is
Yeah,
that the
yeah.
Simply Twister? No, it's not the Simply Twister, but it's a Simply Hustlers Cup.
Yeah.
So in case you want.
Love it. Well, and everyone, just to set a couple expectations, if you have to get up away from the computer or things are moving fast, there will be a replay available. It'll be here on YouTube and on the Spotlight event page. Also be emailed to you along with with the course offer, which we'll talk about a little later. And if you have any questions throughout, throw them in the chat. We're going to be trying to answer questions as we go. And if we don't get to you right away, we're not ignoring you. We also have set aside some time near the end to make sure we get through all those questions. So hop in the chat. Let us know what you think throughout, what your questions are. If you need some help with TikTok, which is what we are talking about today. Today, we are talking about how to build your brand and scale to 6 figures through TikTok. And we are going to learn how to use TikTok to build a brand, monetize above 6 figures, or become an influencer faster than ever, even with zero experience. I just want to dive in because I don't want to take up any more time. So, Konstantinos, before we get started, can you just introduce yourself a little bit for anyone who may not know who you are?
Sure. First of all, thanks for joining, for everybody being here, or for everybody who's gonna watch this in the replay, and for the Teachable team and the Spotlight team that are hosting the whole thing. Really grateful for that. So I'm Konstantinos Synodinos. I'm Greek, obviously. People still wondering if I'm Russian, if I'm Spanish, if I'm Italian. I get that all the time. So I'm Greek. And I'm a marketeer. I'm a digital entrepreneur and a digital marketeer for the last 20 years or so. So I always loved entrepreneurship. I'm a very creative and out of the box person, and I couldn't follow any other route than this one. I tried to dive into the corporate world for a decade. I took many lessons, great experiences, but was not my cup of tea. So I wanted to do something else. I wanted to see my ceiling, how high it is, to see my limits, to see my creativity, where it can get me. And I'm very grateful for the decision I made to explore this amazing digital environment that we're living right now. It was not a path full of roses and great days. It's a tough road, and people that are entrepreneurs or if freelancers know exactly what I mean. It's not an easy road, and it's not a road for everybody, and it's nothing wrong with that. It's not for everybody. It's not content creation is not for everybody. TikTok is not for everybody. We don't have to make this and know something that needs to fit in for everybody. It doesn't. Okay. But you need to understand if this is something for you. So you cannot really judge anything if you haven't tried it. You cannot judge TikTok if you haven't tried it to see the potential for your brand. You cannot judge the entrepreneurial road of anybody if you haven't tried it. So that's what I do always, and that's how I share my experiences on my content, on the course that I created on TikTok. Everything comes from my experience and my own journey and the things that I have tried myself. So I have a marketing agency. I'm not somebody who just drops out theories. I have a marketing agency. We're working with world-class brands, and we're helping them grow and scale their businesses. In parallel, I'm a full-time content creator right now, and TikTok gave me this push, created this opportunity for me to treat this as a different kind of game versus what I was doing before. Because when I started social media, it was a medium for me to potentially attract clients for my agency. Okay. Through this process, I realized that there's so much more into that versus just trying to get clients. Actually, this is the least you can get, getting clients from social media. The real wealth and the real treasure of building your social media presence, of becoming a part-time or a full-time content creator and treating that like it's super important, is the community that you build. Is that you build a tribe of people that are like-minded with you, that enjoy the way that you describe your experiences, that you share your valuable tips and your insights. They resonate with your journey, the journey before, or the destination you want to reach after. And that's what keeps them close and builds this kind of rapport with them through those months or years or whatever you're trying to build your audience. So that's what I'm teaching mostly on my TikTok course. That's what I try to teach also on my social media lives or my posts. That first of all, try to understand what exactly you want to do in those platforms. What is the ideal destination for you? If you had a magic wand and you could ask whatever you want, what is that magic destination that you're looking for? And then try to treat this as an important journey, as an important task for you. It's not like we did some social media posts, we went to Canva, we created a nice graphic, or we just, jumped into trends of TikTok to be part of that and not miss out. It's not like that. You need to find your personal voice to understand why you're doing that and start creating your own path, your own identity, your own purpose on those platforms, and constantly experiment to see where you fit and what you stand for as a creator. So yeah, that was my very big introduction.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Well, and so I know we want to get into like actually looking at some TikToks and doing some critique and stuff like that. But real quick, I think it's fun to know with you, especially like how long have you been on TikTok? When did you really pick it up, and what was that journey? Because you were doing other stuff before, but you hopped on at a good time, and we're also I think it's really impressive how much you did in the time span you have.
Yeah, it's actually a bit more than a year. So I started last
Okay.
February trying to see what TikTok is all about, because I was seeing the trend. I was seeing the virality of the platform, people dancing and getting crazy with it during the lockdown period. That's how, most of us saw what TikTok was all about. But then I realized that, there's a big opportunity coming in that platform for businesses as well. What's his TikTok? He doesn't know what is my TikTok. So my TikTok is simply digital. It's simply digital. This is my TikTok. Go and check it out. We're almost at 2 million right now, 2 million followers. I think I am 5,000 followers short, something like that. And this happened in pretty much a year. So that was pretty fast comparing to anything else I have done before. I have experienced and tried. Actually, I tried to aggregate the number of views that I got from my videos the last year, the last 13 months or so, and it was more than half a billion views.
Wow.
So you can imagine that this is a number that, if you wanted to get to pay that, to get the traffic, to get the views, you would need millions of dollars to get it. Right. So this is free. It's totally organic. I just leverage this organic beast of a growth that TikTok is, and gives us this opportunity. And as I say in my TikTok course as well, this is the greatest opportunity in the history of the internet for me. It's might sound like a cliche or like, too salesy, but this is the case. Is like, buying a real estate property in Manhattan back in 1930.
Right.
It's so cheap. The organic growth right now is so underpriced on TikTok. You can jump in the platform today, and tomorrow you might have 3 million eyeballs on your content. Next day with zero followers from your first video. If you don't see that as an opportunity, as a business owner, as a personal brand, as a wannabe influencer, as a content creator, somebody who gets excited about, the new things happening in the digital world, and they want to start establishing digital ID, I cannot stress enough how important it is to jump in the platform, find your voice, and try to build your footprint. This will help you as a content creator, first of all, to understand what works right now in terms of content and hype, and what are the principles of content creation that makes people get hooked to your content and view it, because it's not just because of the platform, of course. It doesn't mean that everybody gets viral on TikTok. It doesn't mean that everybody reaches 2 million followers in a year. This is not the case, but the opportunity exists. And if you follow specific steps and a specific path that I followed as well, you're not going to be able just to create a massive following, but to monetize it, because this is the case, right? So when I started, I entered the platform with no intentions, no expectations, to be honest. I saw the opportunity, I saw the massive growth, and I was like, okay, what do I have to lose? I will invest a couple of months, try to create a piece of content every single day. So I will spend, I will book a slot in my calendar for an hour, 45 minutes, whatever. And I will say, okay, just squeeze your head, squeeze your mind, and find an idea, and just put something out there, okay? So I started experimenting. I was very skeptical at the beginning. I was a bit shy. I'm not the most extroverted person, so I was, cautious and concerned about the potential hating comments and everything. But this is part of any journey. You see it on Instagram, you see it on YouTube, you see it everywhere. You see it in the streets. You see it in LeBron James's posts under his championship photographs. People saying that you are not the best player in the world. You suck. You cannot shoot a three. I mean, and he's LeBron James, one of the top 3 athletes of the entire athletic history. I mean, you will have that forever. The more eyeballs you get, the more haters you're going to have, because people hate themselves. So just ignore that. Jump in the platform. Find your identity. Try to become the ambassador of your industry. So I was in the digital marketing industry. I didn't go to the platform trying to sell my services. I didn't go to the platform to say, let me show you how great Konstantinos is. Come work with me. This is what I did for my client. This is how my course will help you grow. I did that, but I did that, 1% of my posts. That was 1% of my posts, right?
Right.
I like that. It's time for review.
No, sorry.
Okay.
But trying to do some background here, but
that's good. It works. So it will help us for seeing and reviewing, as I promised to people, some TikTok accounts, so I can give them personalized feedback. So when I entered the platform and I started, seeing the results, I started understanding that there is a huge potential for monetization very early. Branded partnerships. Right now, I'm telling you for sure that all the brands that all the important brands that in any industry, fitness, mental health, digital marketing, the metaverse industry, the NFTs, crypto, everybody is actively looking on TikTok for collaborations, for ambassadors, for content creators, for influencers, for whatever, partners, you name it. This is what people see. They're not even getting into the platform of Instagram to see what's happening. They don't care. Right. Not even on YouTube. They're just going on TikTok. If you also have a presence on Instagram, it's a plus, like me. But the first place they go is TikTok. They browse the hashtag list. They see who are ranking first. That's how, for example, they saw that I'm ranking first in digital marketing. I'm ranking first in marketing. So they said, okay, we need to get this guy. We need to pay him to promote our products or our services or my mobile apps, or get him, to work with them, because he knows what he's doing. That's how you get into the eyeballs of people. And I've seen students of mine with 20, 25, 30,000 followers, which, believe me, can be really fast on TikTok, getting their first branded partnerships on TikTok.
Yeah.
And doubling their income in a month. I mean, why should you want to miss this train? Give me a reason. Because you're camera shy, or because what? You believe that it's not for you, it's for kids? It's not for kids. It surpassed 1 billion users. It's the most visited platform on the planet, or even over Google right now. And what I said before, you need to enter with a mentality of becoming the ambassador of your industry, not selling yourself, not selling your niche, sell your industry. So when I entered the platform, I said, okay, I'm not simply digital, I'm not Konstantinos, I'm digital marketing. I want people to love this industry. I want people to understand what is happening in this industry. I want to help other people as well, my potential competitors, to get, part of this effort of me, trying to show them more, to show my secrets as a digital marketeer. I remember my first videos, there were guys underneath are saying, "Stop it, man. You're sharing our secrets to our potential clients. Don't do it." So you see that, people at the beginning are really cautious. They don't want to share everything they know. They don't want to share their secrets or everything. But guess what? Nothing is secret anymore, right?
Right.
No matter what the industry is, your fitness or whatever, everything is out there. Every single information that you might believe that you only have is out there. What you have unique and nobody can get it from you is your experience, is your unique experiences, your unique case studies, your unique failures, your unique wins. Nobody has them. And your own voice. The way I will tell a story is different from Jonah, right? It's different from anybody else. And people might love my story or might love Jonah's story and his style of talking or his background or whatever. So just be yourself. Try to create your own identity. Don't try to copy others and see what TikTok has for you. That's my 2 cents about this platform. No expectation. Have a specific intention. As I said before, become your industry ambassador. Talk about that. Share your tips, your advice, anything simple that you might believe that you know that other people don't know. Because guess what? Many of us, when we are, experts in our industry or experienced in our industry, we believe that, sharing something is very straightforward. It's like kitchen logic. Most of the times it's not. People get excited about very simple things that you believe that are, a no-brainer, but they get excited because they didn't know it.
Right.
And we never said it because we believe that they know it, but they don't. I had a guy last week, one of the guys that did it in one of my videos that got like 5-6 million views, and he was like in the comments, "Come on, I know that since 2012," and I'm like, "Check the views again."
Yeah, right.
Views again. How many people didn't know that since 2012, right?
Right.
6.5 million. So you understand exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Well, and I think you said this in our last event, which just kind of clicked for me, that on all these other social platforms, you can pay to get the premier algorithms that put your content in front of people who will like it. The unique thing about TikTok is that is just what their algorithm does. So in that early phase, when you're wondering, like, how do I reach the people who are interested in my content, TikTok is doing a very good job of doing that. So it's such a worthwhile space because your content isn't just going into the abyss, maybe reaching someone. They're really almost terrifyingly good at delivering content.
As you said, exactly.
Yeah. But we're already getting a bunch of questions starting to roll in, and I know you wanted to dive in and review some accounts and stuff. So should we get people to start dropping their accounts in and we can look at it? How do you want to go about this?
Well, if people want to share their TikTok accounts and we see them in the comments, we will review them. If we don't have any accounts to review right now, we can start with a question. So let's flow with with the audience. Let's see what they have for us.
Yeah, sounds good. We got one account. We already got a few other questions, so maybe we can. I'll bring up the account, but I did want to drop maybe one of these questions, and then while you're answering that, we can maybe use the account to dive in. But the Claymans had a great question just to start off with, which I think when people hop in, if you just open the app, you probably just see the dancing videos and stuff right away. Mm-hmm. And so you're wondering, how does this apply to me? But the Claymans are asking, what would you say is the formula of what makes a great TikTok video? And is there a formula? Do you have to adapt it to your brand? What's the best way to go about it?
So in my course, I have a specific chapter just for that. So the formula that I have come up with because of my learnings and my experiences of what I've seen that worked for me. So I will just give you a snapshot of that, of what I believe that, is really the way that people react positively to a video that lead to more watch time, that leads to potentially viral mode of a video. So the key is to have an escalation of a promise, of a delivery of the promise, and then over-delivering the expectation. So when I enter, this is a platform that we need to understand that it's like this. Okay, it's like you enter on a clean sheet, you don't have anything, you don't follow anybody, so the platform starts throwing to you content. That's what you see. It's like a huge audition. You're entering a theater, and people start coming in front of you, shooting an act. Okay, this is Mr. Konstantinos. This is what I'm going to talk to you about. So this is the promise that you give to people. There's an audience. You are being swiped up or down, and you have 2 seconds to say to somebody why they should stay until the end of the video. That's the most important thing on the creation formula of any video. We can talk hours about that, but this is, the framework. Having a promise, a very clear promise, what you're going to get out of this video, escalating this promise by telling a story, by explaining, or even reversing the idea. So sometimes, for example, in my videos, because I showcase digital platforms, I showcase how to do this, how to grow your business, how to make more income. So sometimes I start with an impressive outcome. I showcase an outcome and I say, if you stay until the end, you're going to see how I did this with 3 platforms. So people say, I want this outcome. Let me see how they create it. So most of the times I use an outcome, so people get hooked and stay until the end, or a promise. I will show you this. I will tell you 5 things to do that. I will answer this question that you always had. I will tell you what you always did wrong and you didn't grow. So it's a promise, the delivery, and what makes a video viral or not is if you are able to over-deliver that promise or under-deliver. And in the middle, you have the story, the escalation of the process that needs to be fast, to have an evolution, to be interesting, to be fun to watch, with not long pauses and stuff like that. So that's pretty much, the principles of having videos that really perform great on TikTok, no matter the industry.
Well, and that's why I love that formula spans across any industry. It can be humor, it can be engineering, whatever. You promise something and then you deliver on it and you have a story in between. That's awesome. So do you want to dive in and look at, we have the Clayman's account up here if we want to look at some of those. And I'm going to try and bring this up with sound, everyone, so we can get a little sense of that, but it may get crazy, so sorry if we mute things. But here we have the Clayman's account. And just holler at me, Konstantinos, if you want me to click on one of these videos and we can watch it.
Yeah, sure. So first of all, I see that you have 3 followers. I'm not sure how many videos you have. How many videos they have?
We got 7.
And when was the first posted?
First was 2/19.
So it's pretty fresh, like 10 days ago, 15 days ago, and they start posting content, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let me see what they're, I'm a stepmom. Stepmom's waiting my husband, sex to make already. Can we click on the most viewed one? Maybe?
The most viewed one. Yes.
Hi, I'm a stepmom. Yeah, but you're not a real mom. So, what's a real mom? No, she cooks, cleans, does their laundry, helps with homework, takes them to school. Real mom stuff. Oh, wait. You do those things too? Yeah, but you're still not a real mom.
Okay.
Hi, I'm a...
So first of all, I see an account right now that you don't really introduce yourself. So you say, living our fairy tale. So what is this account? Is it a girl? Is it a guy? Is it a family? Is you sharing your family stories? Is a family that has this. So most of the times I need to understand what I will watch and what I will get from your account. You don't have an identity yet, right? So are you talking about stepmoms? Is that the case? Because right now, for example, I saw that your most viewed video is about stepmoms. Okay, so if that's your micro needs and trying to entertain this idea, talking about, in a funny way, in an educational way, okay, you have a niche. But if you are a family and you want to share stories or to build a character around each one of them, so I see families, for example, having a very interesting angle about, I don't know, a funny pet or a funny kind of life that they have, that every week they have to travel, or they have an amazing house and people get hooked about, what's happening in the house, and there's this kind of big brother effect in that case. But you need to brand yourself in a way before others brand you like they want. So try to tell them what exactly they will get from this account. Okay. And this is important because this will lead you in what kind of content you will create. Okay. So just doing random things. Or I have an idea about doing something with my pet. Today I will talk about stepmoms. Tomorrow I will create a video with my husband. You might get views, but you don't have an identity. You have random videos with random logic without a specific direction and purpose. Okay. And that's why I say always to my course, be intentional from the beginning, but unintentional in terms of the expectations of getting views or getting brand partnerships or how fast you grow or comparing yourself with others, etc. But it's very important to state your identity, what exactly you're trying to bring in the platform, and then make your research around this topic and see what other people doing that performs great and adjust it to your own needs. And of course, it's very early for you. In 20 days, you have like 5 videos. What I always say to people that the frequency that you need to focus on if you are serious about TikTok, because some people just want it for fun. Okay. But if you want this to become potentially full-time job for you, you need to post daily.
Right. Well, and so real quick to tell you, the Claymans are saying they're an American-Belgian couple who is in a blended family and are blended family couples coaches. So in that vein, would you go in?
I never got that from the video, from the account.
Right.
Did you get it? Never.
No. And so, but what you're saying, I think, is so valuable. Would you go and research other couples coaches and blended families coaches to see what content is performing and then kind of lean into that, mimic that, while also talking about yourself?
Yeah, but you need to understand that you're in a micro niche, right? Micro niches in general are not very favorable in terms of high reach, high demand, high views, high followers, because you're in a micro niche. It's a very small group of people that potentially might be interested in what you have to say about a blended family. I don't even know what a blended family is, for example.
I think it means like step family, like not every, not the traditional, just like husband and wife and all the kids from the same people.
Okay, so I'm not, I don't have an opinion about it. I don't know how many people there are. I don't know how actively they're looking, because this is very important. When we're doing anything digitally, we can really, audit the potential interest. So if I go to Google, for example, and I search for a keyword, I will see the volume of search, how many people are looking for that. That signifies how big the audience, the potential audience is about a specific matter. So if, for example, I see, I don't know, breakups is a topic about couples that, 5 million people are looking for. And the people that are looking for keywords on the blended family part is 10,000. I have a very short ceiling, as the audience that I'm looking for, the potential reach that I will get, because I am putting myself in a very small box by default.
Right.
Okay. So make sure to make your audit, to set the expectations correct, because this is everything. When I started my TikTok account, I made a very conscious decision to open up my niche. And that's why I'm saying to people, become the ambassadors of your industry, become broader than your niche. Okay. My niche is 7 and 8 figure businesses. If I was about to stick to that, I would end up with 10,000 followers or 20,000 followers, because the people, I will kill myself with the things that I say about TikTok. So let me take a sip. So when I saw that TikTok has a huge opportunity and a huge audience, I said, okay, I will not serve my scope with TikTok. I will do the opposite. I will serve the scope of the audience.
Mm.
So instead of me talking about, sophisticated digital marketing stuff and so sophisticated marketing solutions for 7-figure businesses, I will try to educate people that are not even marketeers or not even business owners about what I do, or the simple things that I do, or simple platforms that they can even use on in their school. So I tried to broaden my needs, and that's how the people from my potential clientele also came to me, because of the massive reach and the massive audience that I reach. So most of the times on Instagram and on TikTok, it makes sense to broaden your needs. When we want to be very specific is when we go, to create Google Ads or articles on our website or long form content on YouTube. There, yes, we need to make intention-based searches and relevant searches based on what people are looking for, because we want to appear as a result. On TikTok and Instagram is different. It's a media.
Right. So, and then, but that's cool though. By broadening your niche and reaching more people, then you in time solidify yourself as an ambassador of the greater brand, which probably then brings those 8-figure businesses to you, right? That's really
Exactly.
cool. Do we want to we have a whole bunch of accounts in here now. Do you just want to keep diving into another one and taking a look?
Yeah, let's try to keep it short and to the point. If we have
Yeah.
any great, so I see
Yeah.
somebody here, for example, that says Elysia elixirs that says, if you don't want to have one niche, for example.
Yeah.
And what I would advise you is, I think we have talked before. She's one of my students. So is what I've said before. If something is relevant, so I'm in digital marketing, right? But I'm talking also about investment. I'm talking also about NFTs. I'm talking about the metaverse. I'm talking about crypto. So I'm in the all things digital kind of environment, right? I opened up my needs, but I build it, on the things that I know, on the things that I do, and on the things that become a natural continuity of what I do. If you are into fitness and you want to talk also about online banking and I don't know, pets friendly products, it gets complicated. Doesn't
Right.
help you.
Right.
Doesn't help you. Okay. So broaden your niche, but don't get, in totally irrelevant niches. That's my take on that.
Right, right. Love it. Well, and I think this next one's a great example because it is definitely more niched down, or it's in a bigger niche. So this is Rita and your solo travel consultant, travel long-term tips and tricks. So that's the niche we're in. And do you want to look at the latest, or do you want to look at like the most views?
Let's scroll down to see, how long she's in the platform and what was her first video and how frequent she is on the platform.
Yeah.
I think she's pretty many.
She's been doing it for quite a while. So 11,
2
9.
years.
Yeah.
It's more than 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah. And been keeping pretty on it. I think this is the most viewed one I'm seeing here.
Is that they nourish and inspire you. They feed your flame. Look at your last 5 text messages. Are those people feeding your flames or dousing your prerequisite for spending time?
So I want to kind of maybe use this a little as a catalyst too, because I've had this experience too. When you have a video that gets a bunch of views, you get excited that you're onto something, and then as you keep going, maybe you're not reaching that limit again. What do you do when you have little success with a video? How do you keep that momentum and figure out like what works and what doesn't in that angle?
Okay, first of all, just to give some insights about the previous account that we saw, I saw that. So, for example, for the amount of time that you are on TikTok, you have very few videos. We might
Okay.
have seen that there are many, but since 2.5 years on the platform, there are not many. It's like there should be like 900 videos on that page. If you want to make it like a consistent effort, right? Showing up every single day, posting a video with a voiceover of Will Smith will not do it for us. Okay. So what was the niche? It was solo traveler.
Yeah, your solo traveler consultant. So giving tips and tricks on, I think giving tips and tricks on traveling alone.
Okay, but what I've seen from the first preview of I didn't see any traveling videos, any traveling images. Like, guys, I'm just on the train right now. Just let me give you a small tip about when you're traveling alone in the train. Okay, I hit the bus ticket. You can do that, and you can do this, and then I found an amazing app that can help you. Boom, cheers. So show me that you are a solo traveler and you do that all the time, and you create this kind of content within your experiences, within things that you know that are helping people, right? Doesn't mean that every single video has to be on the plane or on a boat or whatever, but you need to have more of that. And I didn't see any titles that are clear on the top of every video showcasing exactly what I will get when I scroll to your feed. It was very difficult for me from this very quick scroll to see what were the titles, what were the topics that you were talking about. Because many people will come to your page because of a single video, but then the bet is to keep them on our page, scrolling and checking more videos and seeing more of you. So help them with big titles, consistent look and feel, to see what you have to tell them. So you asked me about what's happening when you have a successful video and then what's happening the other day, how your approach should change. As I said, I'm saying that in my course. Again, I will repeat myself because I'm pretty much covering everything in that.
Right.
So what I say to people is that for the first 3 months, I don't want you to look at the numbers. No insights, no views, no number of comments, nothing. Of course, you're going to have a rough feeling of what performed better, what people love to see more, maybe see the comments to understand, what kind of things people are asking you to create, because it's a dynamic process, right? We get feedback, we get comments, and this sometimes is the greatest source of new ideas of what people are asking. But you need to treat any video as an individual process. Do whatever you have said to yourself that you will do in the beginning, that, this is my strategy. I will share the tips for digital marketing, for blend families, for solopreneurs, for solo travelers. And this is it. I have my topics in a Trello board or in a Google Sheet. I've written my topics and my themes and my titles. Those are the things that I will create. And I'm not going to do it randomly because, I don't know, I got views the previous day, so I think that I will do the same tomorrow. Yes, if something, works, double down on that, or adjust the principles of something that worked to a new video. But don't get disappointed if a video that you believe that will blow up didn't.
Right.
Focus on the next day, create a new video, finding a more interesting topic, understand what are the relevant videos to you that perform great right now on TikTok, and adjust the principles accordingly. It's a build-up process. You see, you adjust, you experiment, you change, you double down. That's what you do. You need to do, and focus always on your next video.
And do you believe in reposting? Do you repost as far as that if you think a video was good but just didn't get the attention it should have?
I have done that many times on Instagram with incredible results. So, for example, last week I got an Instagram reel with 2.5 million views on Instagram, and it's a video that I had posted 5 months ago and got 5,000 views. So that happened on Instagram. I have tried to do that because, on Instagram, for example, many people from my audience, that I had a very small account back then, and now I have 200,000 people on my account. So the reach is different. Most of people didn't see that video because nobody scrolls that low to see your previous videos. But on TikTok, I haven't seen that happening. So it's like the algorithm understands. I don't know if that's happening. This is my guess, that you have posted that video again, and it's not pushing that equally the time that you are trying to post it again. But if you believe that, something was not that, it's relevant now as well, doesn't hurt you to post it again. You never know. Every single account is different. Every case is different. Every posting day is different. Sometimes, you might post the same video twice and one day might blow up and the other one not. So make your own experiments. I did my journey. I made my journey. I created a path that I'm teaching, but doesn't mean that it's not the only one path. There are other paths as well.
Right. Love it. We've got so many questions and a bunch of accounts here. So just call out Konstantinos if you want to answer questions or do accounts. But I do think what you just said, given what you just said, this is a great account to look for because they're doing almost everything you're talking about as far as, so we can peek here, but as far as making clear titles, letting you know.
Favorite, my Sri, my friend. She's a student. She got my course, I know. And let me see her. So you are a video coach, Sri, and but you're not really, you're saying to your, on your account that you are a video coach, but you're talking about many different things on your account. You're talking about when you lost your job, when you're, you're talking about mental tips, psychology stuff, motivational things. So I believe that your content is not laser focused yet. I believe that you're trying to do many different things. You're impulsive sometimes. You're trying to create a video. You don't have a consistent, identity. That's what I feel when I'm seeing your videos. So if you say, and if you want to stick to the video coaching, camera tips, how to create better videos, you need first of all to upgrade yours. So I want to see a better background, better lighting, better quality, consistent look and feel. So invest in that part if you want to call yourself a video coach and upgrading people's video as well. You need to showcase that, wow, this guy, this girl here has an amazing video content. Let me see how she did it. Okay, so I need to see that first of all, the aesthetics, the visual part. And the other one is I need you to give me practical tips. So your Samsung phone should be like this and use the middle camera to have a wide range. Use your phone and then put your ring light here to have the lighting better on your face. Or when you use StreamYard, don't do this because it lowers the quality. So if you want to be a video coach, you need to give me those kind of tips. Not, how your mental health is performing last week. It's not relevant. Or if you want to talk about that and you want to be a motivator for women that want to do something else in their life, in business, change your niche. Don't give me that statement at the beginning. Okay, I hope that helps.
Real quick, because Sri is following up here saying, I help solopreneurs who struggle with camera shyness. Should I change the bio? So if that's the goal, maybe is the bio the problem? Are people sometimes misrepresenting themselves in that way?
Yeah, if that's the case, change your bio. But you need to understand as well that this is a niche. It's a micro niche. It's what I was talking about before. You will never blow up if you focus on a micro niche on TikTok. Okay, because many times what you have, created as a niche yourself, most of the times people don't believe that, don't really understand that they are in this niche.
Right.
You understand? They don't even understand that they are solopreneurs and camera shy people, because most of the times they don't really understand the value of getting in front of the camera.
Right.
Okay, so you are tackling yourself with issues that they shouldn't exist. So why don't you talk about solopreneurs in general and the struggles they have? And document your journey, document what you're doing, document your struggles, document how difficult it is to leave a job and start doing things on yourself. Talk about camera shy people. Talk about, trying to do something from nothing. And don't just focus on a very specific matter that, will never blow you up on TikTok, on any platform.
So that's it. So in some way, your first job can be to educate the greater audience about your niche before you dive into the details.
And at some point of time, you might decide that, I will then, be more specific on the things that I want to talk about and have the expertise to talk about as well. Okay. But first of all, I need to broaden. I need to showcase myself to more people. I need to make it interesting for more people before I find my own voice, because those guys will lead you to what is the preferred voice that you should have. That's what I'm saying to everybody. Let TikTok show you the way. Have an intention and identity, of course, but let it show you the way. Let it show you what people love from you.
Love it. So Konstantinos, we are coming up a little bit. We have like 15 minutes left, and we have a ton of questions here. Do you want to look at one more account? Do you want to just dive into the questions? What would you prefer?
Let's go with the questions, I would say.
Yeah.
Because I see many of them,
Yeah.
and I see that people are asking some great things, so I want to give some value on that.
Yeah,
So
and
do it.
for everyone watching, sorry if we didn't get to your account. This would be a 4-hour-long event if we did everyone's. But
And by the way, on this part, because this is something that I'm saying on my TikTok landing page, for everybody who's getting my course, I'm offering personalized coaching on that. So when you do that, or when you send me your account, I give you a voice. I send you some voice messages telling you what I see, what I believe you should do, what do you believe I believe that you should adjust, or whatever. So that's part of you getting the course.
that's awesome. So that was going to be my question. Do you have a resource within the course for people to get direct feedback? It sounds like you do. And then the course also, people are dropping a couple more questions in. I did want to touch on the course quick, because you don't just talk about blowing up on TikTok or getting an audience. You talk about monetizing it. And I know we can't dive too deep with the time into that, but can you give a little taste of, like, in the course, what that process is? If you get an audience, how do you then monetize TikTok? What are the avenues that money can come in?
Okay, so what the experience showed me is that the monetization angles and opportunities that I had in my mind at the beginning were nowhere close to what happened later. Because there are so many things that are happening in this content creator world right now that open up many, many different doors for us, for people to monetize in any possible way. I mean, Instagram is getting more intentional. TikTok is getting more intentional of paying us to create content, because this is it's an important job. It's the lifeblood of the platforms. It's what makes them, grow and have people in the platform consuming content. Is us creating our content. They don't have their own content, so they want to reward us. They want us to make it more fair, because it's not fair right now, to be honest. So somebody with millions of followers on Instagram or on TikTok doesn't get paid what is worth on the platforms. They might make money in other ways, but the platforms are making a lot of money from me and from you.
Right.
Because, right? So
Right.
this will start being more democratized in the future, in the coming future, and I see already new doors opening. But before that, you already have many opportunities. So your digital products, the branded partnerships that are insane right now, especially the people who are changing marketing priorities and getting budgets from advertising spending, which right now is not working very well for Metaverse Group. This is a
Right.
huge point, right? The fact that we saw, Metaverse Group dropping their market share in such a steep way, it was not an accident. TikTok is responsible for that, and the iOS update that made them that screwed pretty much their attribution of ads, and the ads are not performing as well as before. So guess what? Brands are concerned, and they're getting budgets out of that part, and they're throwing budget in content creators like me and you to promote their services, their products directly or indirectly. So please jump in the platform and get a market share of that, because it's still early.
I love
So
that.
yeah, tell me.
Oh, I just love the way you phrase it, that as those paid marketing veer away, it becomes more important to be someone with an audience, however large, because you become the marketing algorithm, right? Your audience trusts you, and therefore you are valuable.
Yeah, you're becoming a marketing platform yourself.
Right.
So
Yeah.
people say, I'm not gonna spend Instagram ads this month. I'm gonna spend simply digital ads this month.
Right.
Feel me?
Right. Which
I'm
is
becoming a platform. You can
yeah.
become a platform as well.
Which is so cool to me, because then it's also cool that you're giving money to individuals and not, the metaverse. But
Yeah.
so it's a better economy. But
And a great way to, because I saw a question here, and I think I can answer it in a way that fits also this question that I just answered. Before you have brands coming to you, you need to make it simple for them to understand that you are the ideal person. So when I started my TikTok journey, I was promoting websites and mobile apps and platforms and ways of monetizing your brand or whatever through platforms, and I didn't even realize that I was promoting brands without that being my intention. So in my way, I was putting myself as a potential collaborator for brands.
right.
So you can do the same with, I don't know, with cups or with t-shirts or with whatever. You can do that. We can do that with sound equipment or the visuals of a room or whatever. So put yourself into that position that brands can see you in that position, but also share that with them and say, you know what, I created, because people are starving for user-generated content that they can use in their mediums, their platforms. Even if you have zero audience, they might pay you for you creating content for them on their page,
Right.
right?
Right.
So there's so many opportunities. I need a couple of hours to talk about all of them. I have a bunch of them in my course, but you need to make it intentional from the beginning, but not have this becoming your obsession, or when I'm going to get my first monetization, when I'm going to get branded partnerships or whatever. So focus on your content, have this intention in your back of your head, and start creating content that reflects that.
Right. I love that. And just to call out quick for everyone watching, Konstantinos' course, the link is in the comments. It's pinned to the top and it's in the description. And you can browse through the whole curriculum there. There's so much there that you're getting from the TikTok course. Everything. So we'll try and answer as many questions as we can in the next few minutes, but also I guarantee you all those questions are answered in the course and in much more detail. But this is a question that I'm using the claimants here, but there's been like 9 people that have been asking it. Does the music you use and the hashtags matter there? Do you have a strategy for the music and the hashtags? How important is it if you're just starting out or you're still getting a bearing? Like what's the best way to go about that?
It is important, but not as much as people believe. By the way, say hello to Frankie. He's here.
Hey,
It's my cat.
love it.
So, he wants to be next to me all the time. He's very addicted.
That's sweet.
It plays a role, but not as important as you believe. So I've seen people becoming viral with 0 hashtags, 0 music used in their videos. It can play its role. It can be utilized in a smart way to do your research, to see what kind of music is trending in specific industries, and then in a smart way, use it in your own way to become part of an already existing trend, rather than trying to do something on your own. But don't become obsessed about that. Don't just starting to jump on trends on becoming something that you're not, becoming a comedian, becoming a dancer or whatever because of a trend. Don't do that. But if you are able to adjust a trend or a music or a hashtag on your own perspective, do it. For hashtags, I would say that I'm always using, the same hashtags pretty much. I'm adjusting them, based on the content that I get out. So if it's a mobile app, I will use mobile apps. If it is an NFT post, I will use NFTs, metaverse, blockchain. So relevant hashtags that signify what exactly it's all about. I will not overuse it. So I would say that 5 to 7 hashtags is fine. Make it relevant, make it searchable so people can see it on when they looking for something specific, and don't overthink it.
I love, and so it also sounds like hashtags, they don't just deliver content to people, but they also help TikTok know where to send your content, right?
Exactly. Although the algorithm is much smarter than that.
Right,
It's not
right.
yeah.
You can't
So
trick it.
they can really transcribe your content on the spot and get words from your transcription and signify what kind of content you have. So many videos are searchable, even if they don't have a caption or a hashtag which says this is an NFT. It's just because the algorithm gets that you're talking about NFTs. So it makes it searchable. So
God,
don't worry about hashtags. Yeah.
we live in a wild world. I think I wanted to get to this question because I think it's so valuable for the longevity of being able to like maintain on a platform. But Aaron is saying with Instagram, I schedule things out and plan content calendars. Do you have an app or website for helping to plan out a month in advance or resources for this? Now, I know for a lot of like creators, it's so hard to just wake up every morning and be like, what do I post? So do you have any advice on like how to build a bit of a plan so you're not stuck in that kind of purgatory of what to post?
We're talking about the scheduling app or a content creation calendar or
Let's,
both.
if you know a good scheduling app, throw it out. But I would say let's focus on the content calendar and developing a plan for yourself because I've found that to be so much more helpful.
Do you need an app for that? I mean, open a Google Sheet.
Yeah.
Why you need an app for that? Open a
Yeah.
sheet, open a Trello board, open a Notion document, open whatever it's useful for you. No app will make your life easier or more creative. So for me, I have a Trello board, for example. I have all my ideas there per theme, and I have that listed underneath. And I have some rough ideas there for my non very creative days, so I can go back and see. Okay, I said to go, this idea is a good one. I haven't covered it. Let me create a video about it. But if you want to schedule stuff so that TikTok posts for you, the only way that you can do it right now is from the web browser version of TikTok, where you can upload your videos and schedule them for a future date.
Right. So you can just do that within TikTok. Yeah. Love it. I'm just rocking down the questions here, trying to get to all of them. So I thought this was a great question. When it comes to driving more traffic to my coaching business, is content creation on TikTok more powerful than placing an ad on TikTok? So you can do ads on TikTok, especially for businesses. Do you have a take on messing with the ads part of TikTok?
This is different approach, different topic, different intention. The first one is I just want leads. So if you are starving for leads right now, not TikTok and not TikTok content creation is the place for you. Is, as I said before, long form content. Start writing articles, start creating long form content on YouTube that is evergreen, is there forever, answers a specific topic, and this can lead back to you potentially. If you want to create an ad, experiment with that on TikTok maybe. But what I'm teaching here is a long game, is a long ball game. It's not how I'm going to get clients tomorrow through TikTok. Okay, is I create a community, I leverage this insane opportunity of organic growth of TikTok, and I start building a brand for myself. I start building an authority. I start building a tribe that trusts my words. And this will get you back 50,000 times more results than any ad that you might run on TikTok or Instagram or whatever. So for me, the smart decision is to play the long game. Invest in that platform with your effort and your time and start building an authority, because your coaching business will not work just because of an ad. It's a matter of trust. It's a matter of longevity. It's a matter of you proving your authority daily through your content. That's the most successful part of personal businesses that coach people or sell services that I've seen, and it works with any industry.
I love that you use the word community though, and not following, because it really is. You're building like-minded people that care about you and what you do, right?
Exactly.
That's so cool. I thought this was a great question, especially on the note of monetizing. Do you think you can pitch brands even if you don't have an audience or a large audience? Like, when do you know is the right time to start pitching brands? And we got into this a little bit with starting to just represent brands maybe before you pitch them. But is there a landmark where you know it's time? Should you start pitching right away? What's your take on that?
Yeah, actually, I pretty much covered that before. So what I said is that I've never pitched myself to any brand, to be honest.
Right.
I've never, reached out to a brand and saying, you know what, I have this channel you want to promote. Never. So the first time that people came to me because of my reach. They were seeing this guy. They thought it was a no-brainer for them to come to me. So that's what I did. Doesn't mean that you don't have to do it. So what I did, for example, when I saw that, I got many requests, is I created a deck showcasing my insights, my audience insights, my reach, what I'm doing, what is my approach, what you get with getting partnered with me. I built a long-term partnership framework for them so that they can invest in the long term and not just the video. So I try to create a business behind it, a mechanism behind it. But for me, I don't want you to become, this to become an obsession. I would say, just put yourself in the driver's seat, showcasing to them that you might be a potential good fit for them, but let them come to you because of your results, because of your reach, because of your natural way of giving value and promoting things and becoming a great ambassador of this industry. So let it flow naturally, I would say.
Love that. And well, and I'm glad you specifically comment, because the whole pitching thing is really interesting when it's time to do that. We do have to wrap up.
Sorry, Jonah, just a small point here.
Yeah.
That's why I say to people, this has to do with me saying to you, identify yourself, make it really simple for me, like we did with our guys before. I visited the profile, I didn't know what exactly they were for.
Right.
Okay. When you visit my profile, it's like this. You say, okay, this guy is this, end of story.
Right.
If you do that as simple as that and as clear as that, you don't have to worry of you pitching to brands. It's going to be a no-brainer for them. They're going to find you, and they're going to say, okay, this guy is great for wearing hats. This guy is great because of talking about mental health better than anybody. He's talking about, parenting tips for better than anybody. So make it a no-brainer for them.
Right. And then when brands are looking, you're the authority, right? That's how it looks. Yeah. Love it. Well, I'm sorry, everyone. I know you had a ton of questions and we didn't get to them all, but please, if you're watching the replay as well, pop them in the comments. We do come back and try and get to all those comments. And Konstantinos, is there somewhere where people can reach out to you just if they have a question here or there, or is there the best platform? Where should people go if they want to learn about you? I imagine it's TikTok, but what are the other resources as well?
Yeah, everybody can find me on TikTok as Simply Digital. On Instagram, I'm very responsive on my DMs. I'm trying at least. It's simplydigital.gr. If you search Simply Digital, you're going to find me everywhere. And recently, I have my YouTube channel where I'm doing long content, and I think people are going to love it. It's Simply Hustlers, so like this one. So you can find me there. You're going to see my links, my websites, everything. I'm always available to anybody who wants to talk about something specific.
Love it. And for everyone watching, thank you so much for being here, spending your time, letting us look at your accounts. And please hop in the comments. Thank Konstantinos for his time and his expertise. And if you had a good time, please like and subscribe to the Spotlight channel. We're consistently bringing folks like Konstantinos out here to share and help us all get better at all these many aspects of running a business and growing our passions. And before we wrap up, I did want to ask kind of just more of a mentality question, because it's so easy to get fired up, dive into TikTok, post for a week, and then wake up one Sunday going, this is all worthless. What am I doing with my life? How do you structure, you personally, how do you get up every day and keep the train going and like keeping the goal forward? Do you have any just mental tricks for maintaining that goal?
To be honest, no. So
yeah, love it.
Specific mental tricks, but for me, it's a breakdown of a promise and of a specific objective that is important for you. It's like, you want to build a great body. Is it important for you? You're gonna do whatever it takes for that. You're gonna understand what the discipline means towards this target, right? So if you treat anything like just, something that I will have to show up And if it doesn't happen, doesn't matter, but it will not happen for you. If you say to yourself that this is for me a very important goal, and I will dedicate myself for the next 6 months to experiment, see what is it there for me, how this platform can help me and I can help it as well, and have my name out there more than ever. This will mean that, you will go to your calendar tomorrow morning and say 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. is me experimenting with TikTok, understanding, consuming content, reading about the trends, understanding what kind of hashtags perform better, what videos perform great in every niche. And I will experiment by putting my phone in front of me and shooting a video of 20 seconds. That's it.
Right.
But you need to make it a habit. You need to make it a habit because this builds up. This creates, a compound effect. And 6 months from now, you're going to thank yourself for being here in this webinar or for taking your phone the next morning and start experimenting with that thing called TikTok, because it's not a child's game. If you treat it like that, you will get child results as well. Treat it like an amazing marketing platform, an amazing opportunity to do exceptional things and change the route of your career forever. That's my personal take.
I love it. I love it. Appreciate you so much, Konstantinos. Thanks for your time and your expertise. It's been a total blast. Thank you, everyone who's been watching as well. And just got to say, also, if you have more questions, go check out Konstantinos' TikTok. I've been following him since our last event, and there's so many good tips and so much good advice, and so many of the questions you answered that we didn't get to are answered there. So go check it out. Once again, thank you so much. It's been a blast. Hope to see you again, and thank you everyone for watching. Have a good one, Konstantinos.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Jonah.
Cheers.
See you soon, guys.